Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Take a look at that right there. The unit ecosystem. What is the unit? That is going to be the BRICS' new form of payment. And this is backed by gold. Anybody is able to use it if you want. We'll get into that here in just a moment. But also, let's get into the latest and the greatest with Iraq, shall we? Before we get started, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, head on over to our friends at Miles Franklin. The link will be down below in the description. When you make your purchase, make sure you use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they'll take care of you. If you have any additional questions, you can reach us over here at this phone number or over here at this particular email. For all orders over $10,000, reach out by email and we'll make sure that you get a great deal. So come on over to Miles Franklin and add to your precious metal inventory. So, fintech in Iraq, huh? How Iraq is reshaping its financial future. Fintech are not good people. They're the people that are behind the central bank digital currency. I had a feeling with all these reforms going on over there in Iraq that they might be trying to push them towards a central bank digital currency. So when they use words like inclusion, it isn't because they're nice and they care about you and they want to make sure you can start using banking. No, in order for the central bank digital currency to work, everybody must have access to it. That's why they give away free Obama phones so that you can do your banking over the phone and they can keep track of you. Fintech has become a major driver in innovation in the global banking sector. Yes, they have. Offering innovative solutions to facilitate and increase the efficiency of financial services. In Iraq, banks began to adopt these technologies, which contributed to improving the customer experience and expanding the range of financial services provided. The Iraqi Deposit Insurance Company plays an important role in supporting this trend as a pillar of financial stability. By encouraging banks to adopt fintech and provide a supportive regulatory environment for innovation. Fintech has demonstrated its ability to promote financial inclusion in Iraq as it can provide affordable and accessible financial services to broad segments of society, especially in remote and rural areas. Through mobile applications, online banking, individuals and businesses can access a variety of financial services such as money transfers, bill payments, and access to loans without having to visit the bank branches. And then you won't have a need for the bank no more. But the one they're really keeping an eye on is money transfers. They want to know what you're doing with your money. The Iraqi Deposit Insurance Company is working to promote the use of financial technology in Iraq by cooperating with banks and fintech companies to develop innovation solutions to meet the needs of the Iraqi market. The company is also working to provide the necessary regulatory framework to ensure the security and integrity of digital financial services and to protect the rights of consumers. All right, here we go. The unit. What you need to know about BRICS decentralized monetary ecosystem concept. So the process of de-dollarization is progressing steadily within BRICS countries and the global economy. But further efforts are necessary to speed up the transition. So Michael Goddard, the president of the investment company Netley Group, told the news. That's this gentleman right here, just in case you're wondering. Welcome to the unit, a concept that has already been discussed by financial services and investment working groups set up by the BRICS Plus Business Council and has a serious shot at becoming official BRICS policy as early as in 2025. According to Alexei Sabatin, founder of this group right here and one of the unit's conceptualizer, this is a new problem-solving system that addresses the key geoeconomic issues of these troubled times, a global crisis of trust. Yeah, I would say so. And there's Alexei right there. So I reached out to Alexei as well as Michael to see if they'll do an interview. Hopefully they will. He knows all about it firsthand, a seasoned financial professional with experience in investment banking, asset management, and corporate matters. Sabatin leads the unit's project under its auspices of IRIAS, an international intergovernmental organization set up in 1976 in accordance with the UN status. The global majority had had enough of the centrally controlled monetary framework put into place 80 years ago in Bretton Woods and its endemic flaws. chronic deficits fueling irresponsible military spending, speculative bubbles, politically motivated sanctions and secondary sanctions, abuse of settlements and payment infrastructure, protectionism, and the lack of fair arbitration. Yep, sounds like the United States to me. In contrast, the unit proposes a reliable, quick, and economically efficient solution to cross-border payments. Basically, this is their version of the SWIFT system. This is going to be interesting considering the new SWIFT system launched in March of 2023. The transitional unit is a game changer as a new form of international currency that can be used in a decentralized way and then recognized and regulated at national level. The unit offers a unique solution to bottlenecks in global financial infrastructure. It is eligible for traditional banking operations as well as for the newest form of digital banking. The unit can also help to upend unfair pricing in commodity trading by means of setting up a new, fair, and efficient Eurasian mercantile exchange where trading and settlements can be done in a new currency, bridging trade flows and capitals, thus paving the way to the development of new financial products for foreign direct investment. The strength of the unit conceptually is to remove direct dependency on currency of other nations and to offer, especially to the global majority, a new form of apolitical money with huge potential for anchoring fair trade and investment. So it's important for people who are invested in the Iraqi Dinar to hear this out. Because if Iraq is going with the BRICS nation and they decide to use this particular system, that means their currency is now going to be called the unit. I would imagine all of them are going to switch to this right here so they could do trade in the unit. Just like it says right here, the strength of the unit conceptually is to remove direct dependency on the currency of other nations. So there's no need to keep foreign reserves. Maybe they'll do this just for trade and you won't need foreign reserves, but leave the local currency to do local business. Keep your fingers crossed. It is indeed a concept in terms of international currency anchored in gold 40% and BRICS currencies 60%. It is neither crypto nor stablecoin as it is shown here. That's right here. So I'll leave the link for this underneath so you guys can go ahead and go over to the website and read about it. So anchored by 40% in gold and 60% in BRICS currency. The beauty of going fractal. The global majority will instantly grasp the primary purpose of the unit, to harmonize trade and financial flows by keeping them outside of political pressure or roles that can be twisted at will. The innovative consequence translates to a financial sovereignty. What matters in the whole process are independent monetary policies focused on economic growth. So they don't have to worry about people kicking you out or turning you off in the system like the United States does with the SWIFT system. That's the key appeal for global majority. A full ecosystem offering independent, complementary monetary infrastructure, and that surely can be extended to willing unit partners in the collective West. Since this thing is not complete, you're going to start seeing the United States do something to start squeezing members from joining is what you're going to start seeing. I guess it just depends who gets in the office. Now to the practical level, as Sabatin explains, the unit ecosystem may be easily scalable because it comes from a fractal architect supported by simple rules. New unit nodes can be set up by either sovereign or private agents following a detailed rulebook in custody of the United Nations chartered IRIAS. The unit organizers employ a distributed ledger, a technology that ensures transparency, precluding capital controls, or any exchange rate manipulation. That would be nice. This means that connection is available to all open DEX and digital platforms operated by both commercial and central banks around the world. The end game is that everyone essentially may use the unit for accounting, bookkeeping, pricing, settling, paying, saving, and investing. No wonder the institutional possibilities are quite enticing, as the unit can be used for accounting and settlement for BRICS plus payment and pricing for the Eurasian Economic Union, or as a reserve currency for a sub-Saharan Africa. And now comes the clincher. The unit has already received the backing by the BRICS Business Council, and it's on the agenda at the crucial ministerial meeting in Russia next month, which will work out the roadmap for the summit next October in Kazan. That means the unit has all it takes to be on the table as a serious subject discussed by the BRICS Plus and eventually be adopted as early as in 2025. Again, this sounds good and all, but when it comes to nations like Russia and China who like to control their citizens, I don't know if this is going to go over too smoothly with them. So far, everything sounds good. Will Musk and the NDB be on board? As it stands, the priority of the unit conceptualizer, whom I followed for over a year during several detailed meetings in Moscow, is to inform the general public about the new system. The unit team is not interested in all the getting straight into political hot waters or to be cornered by ideological laden arguments, direct references to inspiring but sometimes controversial concepts, or authors like Zoltan Pozar may bury the unit concept into pigeonholes, thus limiting its potential impact. Yeah, that would be interesting if they could avoid ideological laden arguments. What may lie ahead could be extremely exciting, as the unit appeal could extend all the way from Elon Musk to the BRICS New Development Bank, hopefully engaging an array of crucial actors. After a positive evaluation by Finance Minister Antoine, whatever his name is, who remains on the post in the new Russian government, it's not far-fetched to imagine Putin and Xi discussing it face-to-face this week in Beijing. As it stands, a major takeaway is that the unit should be seen as feasible, a technical solution to the theoretically unsolvable, a globally recognized payment trade system immune to political pressure. It's the only game in town. There are no others. Now, if this is real and it's a decentralized platform and they can avoid politics getting involved, governments putting all kinds of restrictions on there, trying to spy on people, I think this is something that would easily be adopted by the citizens, especially since it is backed up by gold. Meanwhile, the unit conceptualizers are open to constructive criticism and all matters of collaboration. Yes, sooner or later, the battle ranks will be lined up, and then it will be a matter of serious upping the game. Academically sound, technologically innovative. So this gentleman here, co-author of the unit white papers and founder of the CFA Center, unit's technological partner. So there is white papers, you guys, at that website right here. You're more than welcome for all you crypto geeks to check it out. Unit's technological partners, Innovation Hub in Moscow, crucially stresses the unit represents apolitical money and can be a connector between Global South and the West. He's keen to point out that the unit can keep all of the wheels turning, unlike most of the other concepts that feature dollar killers. We do not want to harm anybody. Our goal is to improve efficiency of the currently broken capital and money flows. The unit is rather the cure for the centralized cancer. Sabatin and the unit team are keen to meet all partners who share our approach and are ready to bring additional value to our project. If that's the case, they should send us 3 bullet points on how can they help and improve the unit. You know, this is something I think the people can get behind. I know they want to get the BRICS teams involved, but if he did something like this for the citizens and they can avoid them other people, like the BRICS nations idea or the United States from spying on you, their central bank digital currency, I think people would support this. A bold follow-up step should be, for instance, a virtual conference on the unit featuring leading Russian economists, Sergey, Yanis, Jeffrey, Michael amongst them. So a member of the Russian Academy of Science and a Minister of Integration and Macroeconomics of the Eurasia Economic Union summed up the unit's potential. I've been following the development of the unit for more than a year and can confirm the unit offers a very timely, feasible solution. It is academically sound, technologically innovative, and at the same time complementary to the existing banking infrastructure. Launching it under the auspices of the UN's institution gives unit legitimacy, which the current Bretton Woods framework is clearly lacking. Recent actions by the United States administration and loud silence from the IMF clearly indicates the need for change. A decentralized approach to emission of potential global trade currency, whose intrinsic value is anchored in physical gold and BRICS plus currencies, makes unit the most promising of several approaches being considered. It balances political priorities of all participants while helping each sovereign economy develop along its optimal path. The new development bank and BRICS Plus shall embrace the concept of the unit and help it to become a pinnacle and new emerging global financial infrastructure, free from malign political interference, while focused instead on fair trade and sustainable economical growth. A clear practical example of possible unit problem-solving concerns, Russian-Iran trade relations, so this is one of their examples. There are two top BRICS members. Russian trade with Iran is unprofitable due to sanctions, and both cannot make payments in US dollars or euro, because the two major currencies are controlled by allies of one another. Russian companies suffer significant losses after switching to payments in national currencies. With each transfer, Russian businesses on average lose as much as 25% due to the discrepancies between the market rate in Iran and the state rate. And here's a key takeaway. BRICS Plus, as well as global majority, can only be strengthened by developing closer geoeconomic ties. The removal of Western speculative capital shall free up local commodity trading and enable the pooling of investable capital for sustainable development. To unlock such a vast potential, the unit may well be the key. So there you have it. Come on over here and download the white papers. See what you guys think. It sounds like a great idea, but when it comes to something that powerful, you know how nations become. If they can guarantee that politics don't get involved and governments don't try to find a way to control it, and it's truly an open ecosystem that all people can share, you would see citizens from all nations move right into the system. They just don't want to deal with people spying on them, controlling how they spend their money, having to explain what the hell they're doing. Keep the privacy there. Make sure everything is transparent. Make sure it stays apolitical. And they are not subject to government pressures. It sounds good to me. Anyways, you guys take a look and let me know what you think. That could be the future for Iraq. So what's that mean for the Iraqi dinar? Anyways, that's it for now. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out.